Occasionally, I do something called the 5-star shout out. I'm not gonna say it because I don't believe in it. I don't believe in. You can't make a. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes, y'all, to the beat. We in this joint Saturday morning. How's everybody doing? Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. We're gonna get it right. Chocolate girl, how you doing?
The chocolate girl is doing great. Had a great week. How are you doing today? You sounded chipper.
Yeah, I feel pretty good. We're gonna get into that. It's been a good week though.
You looking good. Got your hair all neat. You look all good. And looking good.
I'm trying.
All right.
Yeah, you look good yourself though. I like it.
Thank you.
Always, but you always fly. And great job for holding it down this week, through my trials and tribulations and things I've been going through. Great job.
Well, thank you. I always got your back.
Yes. Now today is September 2nd. I want to start off a little differently. I want to give a happy birthday shout out to our DJ J Will. Happy birthday to J Will in the building. You know what I mean?
Yep. Happy birthday, Big J Will. Happy birthday to you. Sing, Dennis. Happy
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. He might want the hip hop version. Might gotta go Curtis Blow
on. Yeah, he might. Well, wherever he is, he's having a good time celebrating his birthday. I'm not gonna say what his age is. I'll let him tell it. But
he just sold his hip hop.
I know he's having a good time to some hip hop too. I know there's some hip hop involved somewhere.
Most definitely. Most definitely. Yeah, but as we usually do, each and every week, we talk about how our week went. And something, Shane, you had something interesting going on in your part of town. Tell me how your week went.
Yeah, my week was full of a lot of highs. It's been a good week. I felt good. Got to see family. I'm always focusing on seeing my family, and got to see my family. But one day this week, we had an active shooter alert at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. The thing about it is that university is only about 7 miles from my house. About 7 miles, maybe a little further. And an alert came up on my phone. I'm just sitting there working at my desk, and alert comes up. There's an active shooter, UNC Chapel Hill. And I'm like, what? And then I looked at the time. Well, my son works there, and he's supposed to be there 3 or 4 o'clock or something like that. And I was like, hold up. Hold up, wait a minute. Let me make sure he didn't go early or something. So I let him know. And long story short, he ended up not having to go, thank goodness. But they caught the active shooter. It was a lone wolf, and he shot and killed a staff member. To be honest with you, Dennis, this is a weird thing. I have not looked back or followed up to see who he. Well, I got his name, but who was actually killed and why, what the motive could be, and all that. I have not looked back to find out. I haven't, because it really kind of shook me up. You know,
When
I
I
have a lot of friends that went to UNC. I have other friends that work on the campus that were there. People's children, calling their parents from their dorm rooms, barricading themselves in their dorm rooms or their classrooms. It was just a little bit too real for me. Just a little bit too real. So, yeah, I did not, I didn't calm down from that for a little while. I had to step away from my desk for a little bit and then, of course, go back to work. Once I realized they caught the guy, I was very relieved. So I have to say, I am very weary of these mass shootings. I'm weary of all of it, not just the shooting, on campuses and schools and grocery stores and Walmarts, but everywhere. I'm just so sick and tired of people solving their problems with guns. They think they're solving them anyway. It's not a solution. It just creates more problems. So anyway, I'm not going to stand on my soapbox too long, but besides that one little blemish, I've had a pretty darn good week. Glad to be here on Saturday, my favorite day of the week. And I get to do the Side Jawn with my partner, Dennis Holmes.
Yeah, I'm
So
glad
how
to
was your week?
I'm glad to be here as well. Um, yeah, this was a good week. This is the back to school week for me at the school that I work at.
Mhm.
So which a lot of people, this new back to school wave, I've been noticing this since about 2008. And around the time my daughter was born, that kids start school in August. And I've seen kids start school as early as like August 10th. That's how early I seen kids start school. And I always thought it was weird because I was like, hey, you really need to enjoy your summer, like, and then actually be there, like, plus you ain't supposed to come back to the day after Labor Day. Like, that's your last part. That's your last party right there, the day after Labor Day. You're like, all right, back to school. I got my clothes out and ready. It was supposed to be that type of event. Now it's not really even like that with the kids now because they all wear uniforms. So it's just really about their sneakers. And nowadays they all wear goddamn Crocs.
Do you own a pair of Crocs?
I do own a pair of Crocs. I've actually, the crazy thing, let me tell you about Crocs. I believe
Please.
I started the Croc. I believe I started the Croc week. Now
Really?
they got, because I've been in the restaurant business for a long time, so they got these slip resistant Croc shoes that you can wear, right? When I first got a pair, it had to be about 2015, no, 2014. I first got a pair. I fell in love with them. I bought a pair every 6 months. I wore
What?
them everywhere. I wore
What?
them everywhere. It was first of all, Shane, it was only $35.
Oh, well, yeah.
It was $35 and it was the most comfortable pair of shoes I had. So I would wear them everywhere. So you know me, I had a bunch of jobs. So I would leave the school job and I'd go bouncing, but I still had my Crocs on. And then the bouncers would be making fun of me like, are you showing up here with them goddamn slip and slides on? Like, yeah, shit, I'm comfortable. Hold on, Sharon. Months later, guess what they do? They go to Walmart, they go get them a pair. Now
Uh,
they got on Crocs. And so now we a whole staff full of Crocs. They come tap me, and then I had to take their advice, man. These Jones is coming. I went on a cruise. Had my Crocs on a cruise. I've been wearing Crocs for a while. That's what I said. I believe I started this Croc wave. I do believe that. Ain't nobody gonna give me credit for it, but I believe I started this Croc wave.
You may have a pair of Crocs. Oh, shucks. I was just about to say a pair of Crocs has never touched my feet, but that's not true. I did try on a pair, but I've never worn them anywhere. I got a pair from somebody, and I have them in my closet, but I've never worn them.
My man June Jersey in the building.
That's right.
Yes. Yeah, but yeah, Croc wave, yeah. Now the Crocs that I got now, they're actually too small. I gotta take them back. Get a bigger size. But other than that, yeah, I don't have a problem wearing Crocs. Now I ain't got no different colors. I didn't start that. I didn't start bedazzling no Crocs either. Putting all this, I love Mimi and Joe and all that stuff on the Crocs. You know, people be having their little boyfriend, girlfriend name on their Crocs.
Never seen it.
I said, man, I wouldn't make it.
Oh,
I have a girl. She got a whole other dude written on her Crocs.
Lord,
Joseph.
Lord, I've never seen. Well, I guess they're trying to make them look better. Maybe I don't know.
It kind of like singles you out. Like I ain't got the same Crocs everybody else got.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, but like I said, it don't really seem like it's fun. Everybody got the same book bags. Everybody went to a book bag drive, so it's like, the kids don't even seem like they're excited to be in school. Got to bring that excitement back. And I think coming back to school in August probably was killing them. Now, probably next week they probably feel better and be ready to bring that excitement back. That's when we used to go back to school back in the day, right after Labor Day.
Mm-hmm.
You already knew. The Labor Day cookout, the parents was over there drinking like, I'm glad they back. You'll see them over there celebrating. Can't wait for tomorrow to drop them off. I remember David Arnold, man, rest in peace, David Arnold. David Arnold has a skit with him and his wife where they would do the song from the Wiz. And on the Wiz when they killed the Wicked Witch with the water and she died, and then everybody started dancing. Everybody get up. It's a little bit, they get right up excited to get their kids up and out to school. Thank you for a brand new day. As I'm telling you, it's a very funny skit that he did, and I think he did years ago. And I was like, that is right on point. How you feel when kids go back to school?
Yeah, because you're glad to get them out your house.
But also this week, this is a very big fantasy football week for my fantasy football players out there. I know not everybody plays fantasy football, but some of us, we live for these fantasy football drafts. This is that week. This is that week. This is usually when it starts. It's always right after the last preseason game. This is when all the drafts roll in. And I have to admit, this has been a really good draft. Really good draft. I got my trophy from 2 years ago. Finally got it. They finally gave my trophy. They've been holding my trophy back. I don't know why.
Who'd you draft that quarterback?
That quarterback this year?
Yep.
I took a couple of different quarterbacks. I took Justin Fields in one draft. Another draft, I took Jalen Hurts. And who was my third quarterback I took? Another draft, I took somebody else. I can't think of who it is. But it was Jalen Hurts and Justin Fields, mostly.
How about tight end?
TJ Hawkinson.
Really?
TJ Hawkinson. I truly believe that Justin Jefferson is going to get a lot of attention. So it's going to open up a lot for TJ Hawkinson. Plus, they just paid him all that money. So you ain't paying nobody that you ain't give the ball to. That's always my motto.
Okay.
That's how I feel. Can't you feel love? Because they won't. The crazy thing is they won't let me get Travis Kelce. Every time I try to get Travis Kelce, somebody steals. The last draft I had, Hindi stole Travis Kelce right before my pick.
Shout out to Hindi. What's up, Hindi?
Shout out to Hindi. But yes, we here because we we sitting here and we talking, we enjoying ourselves because we love to be here each and every Saturday with y'all. Um, when we created this show, we wanted to talk about different things and we wanted to know how people feel on them. So we were talking like we usually do, and we got to thinking about trying new things, doing things that you've never thought about doing before.
Mm-hmm.
How some people are just not open to trying new things.
Nope.
There's a lot of people out there that just stuck in their ways. Like I ain't doing nothing different. And I call it stuck in the matrix. Like you're gonna do this, this, and this every day. You don't even eat nothing different. You have a boiled egg for breakfast and sausage at lunchtime, and for dinner you eating chicken and rice.
Right.
That's it.
Same stuff every single
Every
day.
day.
Eat the same things, keep going to the same places, talk to the
Mhm.
same people, don't want
Yep.
to meet nobody new. That would seem kind of boring to me. I don't know about you, Dennis, but no judgment. Some people just like that.
Yeah.
They just like that.
They get stuck in their ways. They don't want to, venture nothing new. My grandpa was like that. My grandma
For real?
wasn't, man. They was married. My grandma would go on all the vacations. My grandpa, he ain't going nowhere. He doing the same thing every day. He ain't changing nothing up.
Yeah, that's not me. I like to try new things.
Man, he would do the same thing all the time. And I will always ask him, like, you ain't gonna do nothing different. You ain't gonna switch nothing up at all. No. Why need you switch something up for? For who? For what? Like, all right, you right. But I think the newest thing that I've been I would say what was new for me in the last couple of years was traveling by myself. That was what was new for me. Traveling by myself was new for me, and how that was like a difference. Because usually I wouldn't do it. I need to go with somebody. Like I'm going somewhere, I need to be with somebody. You know what I mean? Just in case something go off, I got somebody else with me. All right, I feel a little bit more safe. But honestly, I've been safer by myself than I've been with somebody else. To be honest with you, because I know
How,
when I see something pop off, all right, it's time to go. All right, I ain't got to worry
right.
about yo. You ready? No, no, no. It's time to go. All right, ain't got to worry about nothing else.
So traveling, besides traveling by yourself, are you open to trying in new things? How open are you to that? Does somebody have to like pry you or prod you into doing something new, or does it just come to you naturally? You want to do new
Some
things?
things didn't come to me naturally, like for example, StreamYard. StreamYard, it took me a while to get over here to StreamYard. I'm not gonna lie, I was stuck in Zoom, and I was like, I'm not leaving Zoom. Y'all audio be messed up, everybody echoing. I'm not coming over here. And it took me a while, and it wasn't until they start fixing the audio, and then things got better, with the background. Then BJ started introducing me to things. It took a little bit for me to go to StreamYard, and shout out to BJ for that. But it took a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Not to mention one of the best things you could do this on the go. Like, so if I'm not home by the Wi-Fi and I'm just like out, I could just do this and it just be out.
that's good. So it has that mobile capability.
Yeah, because Zoom you have to be on a laptop.
Mm. Well, I trying new things is it depends on what it is. It depends on what it is for me. I tend to like to try new things, but I'm not one that likes to follow the crowd.
Yeah,
So here's what I mean. I remember when those Crocs came out, everybody and their mama was getting Crocs. I didn't buy them. And the main reason why, not only because I thought they were ugly, but because everybody was buying them. I don't want to do that. I don't know. I just tend to pull back. If everybody's doing something, it makes me look at it sideways like, nah, something must not be right because everybody's just doing it just to do it. So I won't just run out and do it like everybody else is doing it. You get what I'm saying?
I do understand.
But I do like to try new things because it keeps life interesting. You don't want, I mean, I don't want to do the same old thing. I get bored with eating the same old thing. And just like when I'm cooking, if I cook a lot of something, I have to freeze some of it because I'm not going to keep eating that every day. Not going to do that.
I can understand that. But I could eat the same thing every day. I ain't got to switch nothing up.
Now, I could eat the same thing every day for one meal, but not all meals. Like every day, the same thing for breakfast. Every day, the same thing. The same thing I eat for lunch, I also eat for dinner. And then the next day for lunch, I eat the same thing, and then dinner the same thing. No,
No, that's
I
only
need
after Thanksgiving.
I need to change that up. And even with Thanksgiving, I'll take the turkey and make something, turn it into a casserole, something. Got to do something different with it because I get bored.
I did
And
not
for
grow up in
me,
no casserole house.
if I get if I get bored, especially with food, I'll overeat, and I don't want to do that. So I need to keep myself, keep my food interesting.
Mm. It's kind of crazy. Even when I went to LA, we went to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. First thing I ordered was chicken and waffles. Had no idea that macaroni and cheese and candy yams was on the menu. Had no idea. As soon as I got there, oh yeah, chicken and waffles. That's what I want. Bam. It wasn't until Carlton came through, Los, and he said, yeah, I want the macaroni and cheese. I said, macaroni and cheese? You know what? I'm gonna try that shit too. Let me see what they macaroni and cheese in. That way it was nasty. I throw that shit in the trash. It was actually good.
Well, see me, go places like that. I'll try a little bit of everything. Let me get that. Because I
Oh,
don't
but
want
see,
to be out here
I
again.
I totally believe that is women. They will have so much stuff on their table that you ain't even got nowhere to put shit no more. You got to add another table to them.
That's probably true. I
That
like
I be like,
variety. Variety is the spice of life, Dennis. I like
I'm
variety.
not mad. I'm not mad at y'all about it, but I've
I know.
noticed that happens a lot. And I be like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is all this food for?
We want
Like,
to make sure when we cook, especially if we're cooking, when we cook, we want people to be satisfied. We want to have something that everybody, that will appeal to somebody at the table. So, the more options, the better.
yeah, I know that going to restaurants, I've noticed a lot of women order half the menu, trying stuff out. They want to taste it. And if they like it and can't finish. I had some ladies come to a restaurant, eat everything, and ask for a to-go box, right? And then said the food wasn't that good. Now, who asked for a to-go box on food that wasn't that good?
Right. I don't understand that at all.
I wanted to ask them that so bad, but I said no, I can't do it. I cannot do it. With the old me, I would ask them. I wouldn't have cared. But the new me got bills, so you know what? I get you a to-go box. Hopefully, you come back. But would you be willing to go places that you've never been before? We still trying to get you on this cruise. I'm put that
Well,
out there.
as I told you, my sister doesn't believe it. Shout out to Sister Sheila if she's
Oh,
in the building.
she in the
Um,
building.
I truly, truly, truly do want to go on a cruise. It's just gonna
Oh,
take a lot of prep work. It's really gonna take me a lot of work. And this is what I mean. I'm gonna have to get all kind of drugs available so that I'm kind of zoned out the whole trip because the thought of being on this huge ship as a dot in the middle of that big old ocean. Mm. That still terrifies me, Dennis. But if my sister wanted me to go with her on this cruise, I would do it just to go with her on the cruise.
That's cool. That's cool.
But I'm not running and jumping to go. I'm not going to plan that like for me and my girls or something. No, I'm not planning a cruise. Now, I'll plan a big celebration, but it's going to be on land. Yeah. Someplace beachy and warm, but not having to cross the ocean to get to. That's me.
Yeah. I've done the cruises before I even tried the airplane at all. I've done the planes, I've done the trains, done the buses. I've traveled just about each and every way. I think the only thing now is going outside the country. I don't know if I'm gonna do that by myself.
Well, I wouldn't do that by myself. I wouldn't leave this nation by myself. I make sure you got some people you trust with passports to go with you because they're killing folks
I
out there.
like to. For some reason, I like to wander off and go through the hood. Can't do that in no other country.
You can't do that here. You crazy?
Well, I do it all the time here.
Yeah, I know. But speaking of places you've never been before, what about not necessarily traveling to other states or anything, but what about events or places where you live that you haven't been to before? And let me tell you what I mean by that. I haven't been to, well, I've been to Ohio State though, but it's been years. But what I would like to do is I would like to go to an Ohio State Michigan football game.
Dang.
I have never been, even though I've been to Ohio State many times. I
You gonna
never
go at
went
you gonna go
for
at the
an
big
Ohio
house?
State. Huh?
You gonna go at the big house?
No. Why would I want to go there? No. I
I
go in
thought you gonna go there.
Columbus.
Thought you want to go there and talk some trash at the big house.
No, I can talk trash right there in Columbus. I don't need to go to Ann Arbor for that. No.
You don't want to go nowhere near Michigan at all. Big Blue.
No, not University of. Every other part of Michigan is fine, except that place. I'm not. No, okay. Wouldn't step foot on that campus again, unless
you. Oh, you been there before?
Yeah, I went to visit the campus when I was, trying to pick a college and stuff. We went up there.
See, I didn't do all that.
Yeah, I did all that. I told you I got accepted at 13 colleges. 13. That was one of them. And as soon as I got up there and looked around, I knew that was not the place for me.
So when they give you these visits, they send you out there, or you have to make your way out there with your money?
Well, it depends on who you are and what your GPA and if they're recruiting you. I only was recruited by one college. It's called Manchester. They're the only college that recruited me. It actually sent me letters saying, come for this weekend. And the rest of them, we had to foot the bill to go. And, you had to pay the application fee every time you applied to college.
Yeah, I know that.
It didn't cost that much back then. I'm scared to even ask how much it costs now.
Well, I think it was, okay, when I was in high school, which was almost 20 years ago, it was, if you do the SATs, you get to fill out 3 free college applications.
Right.
But besides that, I think it's $35 a college application, something like
that. Yeah. It wasn't 30. I don't think it was $35 yet back in my day, which is as I would say. But I don't even want to ask what it is now. But anyway, I really want to go to an Ohio State Michigan football game. I want to go. I will be wearing the Ohio State University gear that day. Even though I'm a graduate of Michigan State, I've always loved Ohio State since I'm from Ohio. And I will have my crimson and gray on, yelling very loudly.
Would you have went to Ohio State? I might have asked you this.
Yeah, I applied, but Michigan State had the better program that I was interested in.
Okay.
It cost more money for me to go there because it was out of state.
Right.
In the campus, see, I'm a visual person, right?
Yeah.
And Michigan State's campus was absolutely breathtaking to me. It was so clean and just, it was absolutely beautiful. And
Nice.
Ohio State is big, but it's not beautiful. It's nice. And so when it came down to three schools: Michigan State, Ohio State, North Carolina A&T. Those were my last three I remember thinking about. But Michigan State's program was the best, and I didn't want to go to school 8 hours away from my family, so I didn't go to A&T.
But
Even though,
that was the family school, A&T.
yeah, both my parents are graduates of North Carolina A&T. Aggie Pride. But
Yeah.
I just no. And then I didn't, Columbus would have been cool, but the program at Michigan State was like number 3 in the country at the time. So I picked Michigan State. Plus that campus was just beautiful. And so that's where I went.
Yeah, I would
But
I would
there's
like to. I haven't been to a out of state college game. Now that you said that, all
well,
my
if you
college games
would,
I've been
where would
to,
you go? If you would.
Tennessee. I got that. Matter of
Well,
fact,
I know,
Tennessee.
but the people don't know. I gotta ask you.
Yeah, Tennessee. I had to think about it for a second. Tennessee.
But Tennessee versus who? Which game would you pick if you had to pick one on their
Oh,
schedule?
that's no.
It's a good one,
I
ain't it?
want to go to Tennessee versus Georgia. I would even go to Georgia for that game.
Oh my God, that'd be, you got to go pick up Ron and take him with you.
Yeah, I would even go to Georgia for that
You got to pick up Ron, and I got to see footage. You got to go
game.
live. Y'all sitting at that game. That
Yeah,
would be hilarious.
that would be hilarious.
It would. Mm-hmm.
Tennessee versus Georgia. I would. Yeah, I would go to Georgia for that game. I would love to see that. But
Yeah,
I
this.
know, yeah. Now I think about it, all the games I've been to was at Temple. Eh. And we used to get
Some
free tickets when I was in high school. We used to get free Temple tickets.
for real.
Um, yeah, because they was terrible. They, they, they were
Temple
they were terrible.
Owls. Well,
Temple
they're
Owls were
owls.
terrible.
They're owls. I mean,
Sharon, they were terrible. I'm not gonna lie to you. One time I think we set a record for the most losses. I think we had like 24 losses straight or something like that. Don't quote me on the number, but it was terrible. They were terrible. They were terrible. But when Matt Rule got there, he turned it around. He actually, for the first time in my life, I actually seen college game day in Philly because they
okay.
go to every college, and I actually seen them in Philly, and I was like, "Oh no, we made it! I don't, we made it."
Well, let me know. Here's somewhere else I want to go. That I've never been before. I want to go to Martha's Vineyard.
Oh yeah, that's on outside of Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do a comedy thing there. Um,
They
you
do.
actually you either gotta take the ferry or you gotta take the little plane that they got to go there.
Right.
I only
Cause
know this because our guy Toure, on my fault, I got called by his new name. Netflix too. That's his new name. Netflix too. He actually was at Martha's Vineyard. Him, Damon Williams, DL Hughley. What's the guy that's on the radio? Oh man, I'm messing people's names up. I can't think of his name. George. Is it George? I'm gonna mess it up. It's George something.
Mm-hmm.
He's on a radio station. I know that for sure. And got like a deep smoker's voice. I can't think of his name. They always at Martha's Venue for a week. That was like the
Well,
beginning of all.
well, I tell you what, I always saw footage of Martha's Vineyard and saw it was so beautiful, the water and the ships and all of that. And it's where the wealthy people go and all that and live. So I just want to go up there and experience it one time. Just like the Hamptons, Martha's Vineyard, Hamptons, places I want to go.
Hmm, that's nice.
And so that's what I always say. I don't have to get on a plane or a ship and go somewhere to enjoy myself. There's plenty of places to go here.
Yeah.
I don't have to fly over oceans or, you know, I can go places here. But anyway, you said something about being set, people being set in their ways. Now, I'm much older than you. And, you know, younger, when you're younger and you're looking at an older person, you probably start to think, try to, or look for how they're set in their ways, right? And you know, you and I talk a lot. So I've shared a whole lot of things with you and say I know I've heard myself say, that's just the way I am. Haven't you heard me say that?
Right.
Many times.
Many
And
times.
I am set in my ways about some things, but like I said before, I get bored. So I can't just keep doing the same things all the time. I I just can't. So my question to you is, are you that way? Are you set in your ways and want to keep doing the same old things all the time? Like every Thanksgiving you have this and you eat at this time and you do it this way. Every Monday you do this. Are you that person?
No, but I wouldn't mind being it with some things. Like one of the things I need to start doing it with is getting up at the same time every day. If I could get up 5:30 every morning,
Mm-hmm.
man, if I get up 5:30 every morning, yeah, I'll be all right. But see, then I had to go make sure I'm asleep by at least 10:30.
I was gonna say the key is going to bed at the same time every night.
Right,
That's the key.
and that's something I can't do. But I
No.
would like to learn how to do it. That way I can be programmed like that.
Yeah, well, that's that consistency. That's what that takes. You got to do things routinely. You might want to set an alarm on your phone. I
Yeah,
will set my alarm in a minute.
I definitely got an alarm set.
Hmm. You know
But
anybody? You know any people that are stubborn and set in their ways and just won't change?
yes, I know a lot of people like that, and I try to find creative ways to get them to do things differently. But it's all about your deliver. It's all about timing and delivery. That's what I noticed. Like if you got good timing and delivery, or maybe you may not be the one that knows how to push that person's buttons. Maybe it's somebody else that you know that can push that person's buttons to get them to do
Hmm.
something different. Like for me, my sister can get me to do stuff different. My little brother can't.
Why? Why
That's
the
the, that's
difference?
the, that's just the difference because she knows how to say things that be like, all right, you know what, you right, I'll do it. My brother say something to me, I'll be like, you ain't doing this. Well, you got me doing it. No, that's a setup. I already know you're set up.
Are you talking about your sister, Maureen?
Maureen and my brother Rob. That's what I'm
Shout
talking
out
about.
Maureen. She's friend of the show. Been on the show.
Yeah.
Gotta have her
She
back.
she can she can get me to do stuff different. I don't even know if she knows that. But she can get me to do stuff different. Matter of fact, wasn't for her, I wouldn't have been traveling by myself. Now I'm kind of turned out. Just going places. Just sometimes I just look on flights to see where places I might want to go, and I'll look at my job to see what days I got off, and I'm like, Oh, I might do that. And now I got these free rooms now. Can't tell me nothing. I done built them enough free rooms at IHG. I'm good.
Well, for me, it is difficult trying to get somebody else to change their ways, but they have to be willing. That's the big thing. If they don't want to change, there's nothing you can do or say.
Right.
That's the way I feel about it. I mean, nothing. And it doesn't matter who you are. It could be your child, your sister, your mama. It doesn't matter. If they don't want to change, they're going to keep doing it.
Right. That's
I think
definitely true.
we know a couple people like that
Yes, we do.
in
They're just
common.
they're just gonna do the same thing, and I wonder will they they change because they may not never change. They may just stay the way that they are. And I be trying to tell them people like, yo, you running out of stuff to talk about because you ain't been nowhere. You gotta go somewhere and experience some things so you have more stuff to talk about. Your stuff is like the same old thing. We heard that story. We've heard that story. Give us a new story. Go somewhere new. Give us a new story.
Okay. Speaking of going, going somewhere new. Recently, have you been anywhere new or tried something new recently that you've never tried before?
Recently new. Probably the newest thing I've done was uh fly out somewhere and leave within 12 hours. Usually I fly somewhere, I'm staying there for a while, but I left within 12 hours.
Where'd you go?
Went to Atlanta. I
Mm-hmm.
got to Atlanta, I think it was 11. No, I got there around like 1.
Mm-hmm.
And left around 12 hours the next day. Like I was in and out. Came down there just for the party.
Would you do it again?
Yeah, yeah. Now that I know how to plan my trips and get things together, yeah. And they don't cost that much. Yeah.
Well, I have to say, I tried something new last night, actually. I went back to my favorite sushi restaurant.
Okay.
And at this restaurant, there's like 4 different sushi that I eat all the time. And I just rotate those 4. Okay. Because I'm very selective of what kind of sushi you eat because some of that stuff is raw. So it's like, right? But I tried a new sushi last night that had
Okay.
salmon and tuna on it. And the salmon and tuna was wrapped on the outside so you could actually see it. And I'm
Okay.
used to sushi with rice on the outside or something like
Mm.
that. So you can't really see all of that and just eat it and enjoy it. And so it was something new for me. And that stuff was so delicious. Oh my gosh, it was good. It was good. But you know what? Old as I am, I still can't use chopsticks. I've never been able to do it. I've had, I don't know how many people take the time, you hold it like this. This is, and then while they're showing me, I can do it for a time. But the next time I'm right back where I was. May I have a fork, please? May I have
Chopsticks
a
is
fork?
crazy.
Not doing the. But then you feel like you need to use chopsticks because you look around, everybody's using chopsticks.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say about that. Do you
Um,
do you
I
eat
was told
Chinese
earlier.
food?
Yeah, I'm not really a fan.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm not really a fan, but if we go eat Chinese food, I got certain things that I do eat there.
Mm-hmm.
I used to go to this Chinese buffet. This is where I would do one of those if it's really nice. This one I used to go to. they would cook your noodles in front of you. So
The
this was
hibachi.
like one of my favorites.
Hibachi.
Yeah. No, hibachi they come shooting rice and all that. This one you can walk around and go get your food and everything. But if you wanted noodles, they cook your noodles right there in front of you.
Yeah.
And it was a couple other things you wanted. You had to go
Right.
walk up to it though. You know, hibachi
Right.
got the grill. They right there. They flip shrimp in your mouth. You ain't flipping nothing in my mouth.
Right.
I ain't
Yeah,
about that.
I like that place too. You go to the bar, you put all the stuff in the bowl, and then you take it up to the guy, and then he cooks it. Right? Is that what you're talking about?
No, this is a different type of um buffet. Like you could go around and go get what you want, and
Mm-hmm.
then at the end you might say, "Oh, I want some lo mein." So you'll wait for your lo mein and make it right there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they'll make the lo mein fresh. Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, that was one of my favorite ones, and that's where I would try new stuff at. That's when I kind of fell in love because I used to be a General Tso's chicken guy, but I fell in love with the sesame chicken because of that. I was like, all right, sesame chicken is actually much better. You
Mm-hmm.
know, those are just the little things. But yeah, I learned how to use chopsticks at an early age. Um, we used to go, we used to go to Chinatown to go eat when I was younger. So that's how I learned all that.
And you can
That's
still
back when
use
I,
them?
yeah, that's back when I was eating seafood before the allergy came along.
Man, I'm just mad, man. I'm gonna be the only person on earth that can't use chopsticks.
No, it's more than just you. It's people in there. They like this. They eat like this with their chopsticks. They got two hands. I be like, what's the?
I have never seen that. I've never seen anybody use two hands with chopsticks.
I've seen it.
Oh, really? I don't see how they pick the food up like that.
I've seen it, and it's weird.
I'm sure it does look weird, but no. And something else I tried new recently is I started a new AFC North podcast
Yeah,
with
congratulations to you on that.
with our friend Blaze Thunder Gabbard on
Crazy
Wednesday
Blade.
nights. Now, we got off to a rough start, and I acknowledge that, but we didn't care. We just wanted to start. So we have 2 weeks till our next show, and it'll be fine tuned by then. We'll have the name, we'll have a logo, we'll have intro video, and we'll have some other things ready and in place by then. But we just wanted to get it out there and just start. Because if you don't just start, you'll keep saying, when we gonna start? When we gonna start? When we gonna start?
Right, because you actually been going through that for a while with other people. I ain't
Well,
gonna point
right.
no finger, say no names, but with other people.
No, 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 no. In all fairness, we used to do the show
No,
with
no, no. I ain't talking about that person. I'm talking about some other people. Y'all was
oh,
supposed to be doing other shows, and it's always a situation, you know.
oh, okay. Yeah.
But I
That's
think
true.
you actually taking a chokehold of it and just saying, you know what, start the show.
That's
It's
right.
actually a really good thing
That's
because
right.
then sometimes you have to do that. Sometimes you just have to take a chokehold of it and to go start it because if not, y'all will just be sitting there like, yeah, we're gonna do this. The show gonna be about this, man. I can't wait to be on. They'll tell you everything you want to hear until it's showtime.
Yeah.
And then when it's
Well,
showtime, they got every excuse why they can't be there.
well, so far it's just myself representing the Pittsburgh Steelers and Blaze representing the Cincinnati Bengals. We don't have a Ravens or a Browns fan on the show yet. But we're still going to give each team equal time and talk about it and do the breakdown now that the season is starting and so forth.
Yes.
It's a good time to start.
It's
So,
the most wonderful time of
the
the
year.
year.
Yep. So our first real show would be the 13th, 10 o'clock. We set it at 10 o'clock because we wanted to we of course we can't interfere with Y Wednesday. We have to be after Y Wednesday
Oh, y'all can
because
be before.
because no, because Blaze and I are gonna be in the comments. And 6 o'clock's too early. So 8 o'clock is
I
I
mean,
mean 10
y'all
o'clock
got a
is
1 hour show. Y'all can do it at 7. I'll be done by 8.
No, I can't do it that early.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was me more than him. I can't do it that early. I have to wait till like 10 o'clock. That's the best time.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do it at 10. It's only gonna be an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, because we're only doing one division. It's not a whole lot to talk about, but there's gonna be some good content. So I'm excited. So that's my something new that I've tried recently.
Well, I haven't tried it yet, but I'm almost. I'm gonna have to say I'm a good 85% sure that I should be going on this trip to LA to go see the Eagles play the Rams in LA.
Good.
And on that trip, I'll be traveling with Philly Sports Trips. I'll probably be with the. I know I'm gonna be with Bell and the Birdman, and
Good.
I'll probably be with the Philly Sports guy who came on the show, and
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably be with E Rocka, who's also been on the show.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll try to get as much good content with those guys as I possibly can.
That's gonna be
I'm ready.
fun.
And you know what? I'm hoping that I can see Deb, who's also been on the show.
Right.
So
And
there's
she'll
a lot
probably
of
be out.
connections.
She'll be out there. Mm-hmm.
Right. There's a lot of connections I'm actually trying to do and hit up while I'm actually out there. And I definitely gotta see my boy Donovan. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know if the Lakers will be playing. Nah, them Lakers tickets too high anyway. Like they ain't that.
Well, shout out to Donovan out there in
Yeah.
Cali. But anyway, yep. So that's what I've tried recently. You're gonna do that, soon. I hope
Yes.
that happens. Make it
You
happen,
know,
Dennis.
well, I already got the time off. I'm just waiting to buy my plane ticket. I wanted to be on
Hmm.
the same plane with those guys. That
Got
was
you.
the only thing. The
Hmm.
only thing. Yeah. They're supposed to be emailing me the package. I'll pay the package.
Well, that would be exciting.
Yes, yes, it will. I can't even
What
wait.
when is that supposed to happen? When is the game?
The game, I think, is October the 9th. Is the 9th or 8th?
Okay, so it's October. Okay.
The first week of October.
Mm.
That is one that I'm actually trying to make.
All right. Well, make sure you bring me back a souvenir.
So what? Get your Eagles hat.
You can get me an Eagles hat.
Get
Mm-hmm.
your Eagles hat.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you can get me that. An Eagles
Uh,
jersey would be better though. I would love an Eagles TO jersey.
I don't even know where you get those at.
I don't know. There's one somewhere, I bet you.
I ain't even seen nobody wear a TO jersey.
A
But I
TO
think it
Eagles
is.
jersey. Um, who else? Oh, Randall Cunningham.
Oh,
Mm.
I got one of them.
Yeah, I take one of those.
I got a Kelly Green one. I'll be wearing it then. You'll see. I got one. Matter of
Yeah,
fact,
take
the
one of
next one
those.
I'm getting is Reggie White.
Oh, I take a Reggie White one too.
Reggie White. That's the next one I'm gonna get.
So just get two. Just send it to me. You got my address.
I ain't
You know I love me some Reggie White, the
my
Minister of
man, Reggie White.
Defense.
That's right. If it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't have understood a lot about football. If it wasn't for him. Because usually a lot of people don't pay attention to the line. And I fell in love with Randall Cunningham because all the women in my family fell in love with Randall Cunningham. Their fall in love was real. My fall in love was the way he played. Their fall in love was real. They
Well,
really wanted to meet Randall.
he was kind of fine.
Right. They really wanted to meet Randall. I wanted to meet him because I was a fan. But after that, then I started to actually analyze the game and watch it. And I really was like, no, Reggie White is the guy. I always wanted to be Reggie White. So we're gonna see. Definitely gonna see. But you know what? I would have to say that's probably something I won't say is brand new, but something I renewed was me buying a jersey. Because before I wasn't buying no jersey.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did say that before that you had
No,
stopped buying jerseys.
I stopped buying her. I was stubborn with that because of Chip Kelly. Thank you, Chip Kelly. Because of Chip Kelly trading away all our fucking players. But yeah, I was not buying no jersey. I was like, no,
Well,
I
I
ain't
don't
buying.
care if I never hear that name again. Mm,
That's what I was just saying. Like I'm good. I ain't buying no jersey. I'm all right.
he was lousy. But
I get
anyway,
a t-shirt, hat, hoodie. But now I got a jersey.
well, that wraps up all the questions. So it looks
Yes,
like
it does.
we've come up to the end of our show today.
Yes, and for my final words, I would like to say, do not be stuck in your ways. Get out there and try something new. Just if it's something little that's new, it might be new to you. Maybe you might go out there and you might actually walk because you're not a walker and go walk. You might actually go to a restaurant and try some different food. You know what I mean? Just because they got wings there, you might try their cheeseburgers. See if their cheeseburgers hit. You know, those are just different things. I'm
Yeah.
a I'm a good taco guy. I like tacos. I like nachos, stuff like that. So
So
I
you
do
and
listen to
you
places.
and you and Sister Sheila would do well because that's her favorite food is Mexican food. And she loves nachos. Oh
Oh yeah,
my god.
nachos. And
Oh yeah.
if you got them fully loaded the right way, oh man,
Right. Right.
like
Mhm.
Applebee's used to make some of the best nachos. Those are my favorite. Applebee's nachos.
What's up, Ron Thomas?
Ron in the house. See, I don't
Ron.
see none of that. Something must have happened on my end.
Well, I can
I
see
don't
it
see
on my
it.
phone. Can't see it on the screen. But
Yeah, I don't see no new
my
comments.
my final thoughts is something I said earlier, and that is variety is the spice of life. That's an old saying, but it's still apropos now because you can get bored with life and not even realize it. You can get complacent. And then next thing you know, you're wondering why you're laying around the house all the time. You need to spice it up. Give yourself something to look forward to, something new to do, not the same ordinary thing. It's like, for example, it used to be a time when I would not eat like spicy peppers, hot peppers, and stuff like that. But over the past 5 years or so, I have decided I'm going to start eating it. And now I have found like a whole new type of food that I like at my age. And it's so exciting to me.
Mm,
So variety is the spice of life. Don't do the same old things. Put something new in there every once in a while just to make it interesting, even for yourself. And just take a little time and enjoy something new. That's my final thoughts.
yes, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to thank y'all for coming out today and enjoy the rest of your day because I still got more fantasy to go. Just let y'all know that. I still have more fantasy to go. We're gonna try to, I'm trying to win. I'm in 7 fantasy leagues. If
Dang,
I
that's
win one of them, I get all my money back. But if I can win these two big ones, man, if I win these two big ones, I almost won last year, but if I win these two big ones, it's gonna be good. That's all I'm gonna say. It's gonna be
no
real good.
fantasy. It ain't real. No fantasy.
All right. It's real money at the end. Let me say you
Yeah,
that.
I understand that. Hmm.
All right. Again, thank y'all for coming out.